today our JEE and NEET. Our today topic from chapter number 4, magnetic field due to current element. Magnetic field due to current element, Biot-Savart law. Now, in this lecture, we will discuss about the magnetic field produced by the current element. It is about Biot-Savart law. So, as you know about the Biot-Savart law, Biot and Savart, they give the equation of magnetic field produced by the current element. And this magnetic field produced by the current element is given by the Biot and Savart. They find out one equation to produce the magnetic field. They make one equation, and that equation is known as Biot-Savart law. So in the today lecture, we will see the examples of Biot and Savart law. So what is the Biot-Savart law? Let's see that equation which is given by the Biot and Savart. Here Biot and Savart consider this kind of element. This element you can consider as a xy, and suppose we consider that this is the element Bl, and suppose this conductor xy carrying some current. That current is I. From that current element, suppose at this particular point here, this point is considered P. At this point, suppose we have to determine the magnetic field produced by current element IDL. Assume that this current element is R. Magnetic field produced by this current element is inside the plane of paper, that's why we indicate cross here, and this is the element, angle between them we can consider theta. So Biot and Savart gives the equation. That equation is dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi IDL sin theta upon R square. This is the equation of magnetic field. This equation given by Biot and Savart. So in the today lecture, we will see some problems that solved by this equation. You can also represent this equation in terms of vector. dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi. I is the scalar. It is dl cross R upon R cube. This is the vector form of Biot-Savart law. If you integrate this equation, then you will find out the total magnetic field produced by this whole conductor, whole wire xy. Okay. Using Biot-Savart law, we can also obtain some other form. Here this value of mu naught upon 4 pi, it is the known value, and I think you know this value, mu naught upon 4 pi. This is constant, mu naught upon 4 pi. it is 10 raised to minus 7 unit Tesla meter per ampere. SI system. In SI. In SI system, mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 raised to minus 7. But the value in CGS, mu naught upon 4 pi is equal to unity. This value is unity. So let's see some other expression that derived from the Biot-Savart law. Here we have derived one relation from the Biot-Savart law for the current carrying conductor, magnetic field due to current carrying conductor. Magnetic field due to current carrying conductor. Magnetic field produced by the current carrying conductor we can determine with the help of Biot-Savart law. Now suppose we consider a straight conductor. Suppose we consider this is the straight conductor and this conductor is suppose AP and it is carrying some current. So AP is the conductor and it is carrying some current I. And suppose we have to determine the magnetic field exactly at here, perpendicular bisector of this length. Suppose we need to determine the magnetic field at this point. So there is some angle. This angle we consider. Suppose this angle is alpha. Alpha is the angle made here. This point is P. Current carrying it is I, and the distance here, this distance at which we are determining the magnetic field, it is considered as a. Then the equation of magnetic field is given by B is equal to mu naught I upon 4 pi A. Mu naught I upon 4 pi A. Here both angle that we have considered same, but actually the angle may be different. So consider it is phi 1 and phi 2. So phi 1 is equal to alpha and phi 2 is equal to alpha. But if these two angles are different, so initially we assume these two angles are different angle. Okay, phi 1 and phi 2 is the two angle. So the equation obtained, it is sin phi 1 plus sin phi 2. This is the equation of magnetic field. Direction you can determine with the help of right hand rule. By applying the right hand rule, you can determine the direction of magnetic field. Suppose here the one end of the conductor is infinite, or the wire that we consider infinitely long wire. Suppose the wire is infinitely long. Now what happens in that case? Wire is infinitely long, or infinitely long wire. In this case, magnetic field at this point we can determine by taking phi 1 and phi 2 is equal to pi by 2. The angle that should be considered 90 degree, and therefore magnetic field is given by mu naught upon 4 pi A. Here I, mu naught I upon 4 pi A. The angles are same, pi by 2 plus sin pi by 2, and now the equation becomes mu naught I upon 4 pi a, this is 2, sin 90 1 plus 1, and therefore the equation is mu naught I upon 2 pi a. So using this equation we can determine magnetic field. So as per requirement we can use the equation according to the condition of the example. We use the equation here. In case number 3 we can consider a semi-infinite wire. Semi-infinite wire. Semi-infinite wire. Now in the case of semi-infinite wire, the one end is fixed and the other end is infinite, and we have to determine the magnetic field at this point. So the one angle phi 2 should be 0, and phi 1, the end of infinite, that angle is 90 degree. जिस तरफ आपको इनफाइनाइट वाला एंड दिख रहा है वहाँ पे आपको 90 डिग्री का एंगल लेना है, जबकि जो एंड आपको यहाँ पे फाइनाइट है, फिक्स है, वहाँ पे एंगल आप 0 कंसीडर कर सकते हैं. एंड देयरफॉर द इक्वेशन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज गिवन बाय म्यू नॉट I 4 pi e. Here sin 90 plus sin 0, therefore equation is mu naught I upon 4 pi e. This is B. This is the equation for the semi-infinite wire. And if the both end of the wire is fixed, suppose we consider a wire, but suppose we need to determine the magnetic field on the line of wire, exactly on the wire, not at the perpendicular side, but suppose we determine the magnetic field at this point, current carrying I, but we need to determine at this point. So both the angles become 0. Phi 1 is equal to phi 2 is equal to 0, and therefore magnetic field at this point also 0, because the point is on the wire. So when the point exactly on the wire, the magnetic field produced by it is equal to 0. Both the angles phi 1 and phi 2 become 0. So now let's see some of the example related to this equations. Biot-Savart law. See first problem. Here the current of 1 ampere is flowing in the sides of equilateral triangles of side 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Find the magnetic field at the centroid of the triangle. We need to determine the magnetic field at the centroid of triangle. How we can determine the magnetic field at the centroid? Here the side is given by 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. So first consider the triangle. The triangle should be equilateral. So assume that this is the triangle. We consider the triangle is A, B and C. Current of 1 ampere is flowing in the sides of equilateral triangle. It means this triangle is carrying the current, and this current is equal to 1 ampere. So 1 ampere of current carrying by the wire or equilateral triangle. And we need to determine the magnetic field at the center, the side of the triangle. It means side we can consider AB. AB equal to BC equal to CA. This side 4.5 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. This is the side of triangle. To determine the centroid, let take the bisector of angles. So this bisector of angles gives the centroid of the triangle, and now we can see that this intersecting point is called centroid. Consider this centroid is O. O is the centroid here. Now this triangle we can consider, it consists of three different lengths: length AB, BC and AC. So firstly we determine the magnetic field produced by side AB, AC and then BC, and then after by adding magnetic field of all these conductors, because this triangle is consist of three conductors, तीन कंडक्टर का बना हुआ है AB, AC and BC. तो हर एक कंडक्टर का हम मैग्नेटिक फील्ड फाइंड कर लेंगे और वो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड हर एक कंडक्टर का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड हम एड करेंगे, विच गिव्स द टोटल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ऑफ दिस ट्राइंगल एट द सेंट्रोइड. मतलब फर्स्ट वायर का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड हमें सेंट्रोइड पे फाइंड करना है, सेकेंड वायर का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड हम सेंट्रोइड पे फाइंड करेंगे, थर्ड वायर का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड हम सेंट्रोइड पे फाइंड करेंगे और तीनों को वेक्टर एडिशन कर लेंगे, विल गिव द टोटल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड एट द सेंट्रोइड. So total magnetic field at the centroid this magnetic field B is equal to, it is BAB, magnetic field produced by conductor AB, magnetic field produced by conductor BC plus magnetic field produced by conductor CA. So we have to determine these three magnetic field. Now this is the concept of magnetic field produced by the finite wire, and you can use that equation just we have seen previously. Here this distance we can consider, this is the distance of centroid from the wire, and let's assume this distance is D. D is the distance. Also this line and this line making some angle at the centroid, that angle we consider alpha and beta. These two angles we consider alpha and beta. So what is the magnetic field produced by conducting wire AB? So magnetic field produced by wire AB, that we determine. Also see that triangle is equilateral triangle, so there is a symmetry, and so that all the conductors produce the same magnetic field. So we can write that from symmetry of figure, magnitude of AB equal to magnitude of BC equal to magnitude of CA. तीनों का मैग्नीट्यूड सेम ही होगा. सो वी जस्ट डिटरमाइन द मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ एनी वन एंड मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3, so we will give the total magnetic field at the centroid. So it is 3 times magnetic field at AB. हम यहाँ पे फाइंड करेंगे AB का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड फाइंड करेंगे, उसको 3 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे टू फाइंड आउट द टोटल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. तो ये AB का मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्या होगा? तो ये हमें इक्वेशन के थ्रू जाना है, म्यू नॉट I अपॉन 4 पाई E साइन अल्फा प्लस साइन बीटा, okay, according to equation. Now what is the value of alpha and beta? Let's determine from the figure. From the figure we can determine the value of alpha and beta. see that this total angle is 60, so this half angle is 30, this angle is 90, so 90, this is 30 and this is 90. So what is that angle? बीटा कितना होगा? 90 plus 30 कितना होगा? 120. तो रिमेनिंग वैल्यू कितनी रही? 60. 60 is the angle. Beta is equal to 60. Similarly, alpha is also equal to 60. तो alpha and beta की वैल्यू कितनी है? 60 है. So you can consider this alpha and beta equal to 60. Put that value, mu naught I upon 4 pi a. Sin 60 plus sin 60, 3 mu naught I upon 4 pi. Sorry, here we consider distance, this is equal to d, so we consider it is d, this is not a. In figure we have considered it is d distance. It is 2 times sin 60 means what? Sin 60 it is given by root 3 by 2. This is the value of sin 60. Now what is the value of d? ये d हमें फाइंड करना पड़ेगा फिगर की हेल्प से. अब यहाँ पे हम देखेंगे 2 कैंसिल हो रहा है, सो इट इज 3 रूट 3 म्यू नॉट I upon 4 pi d. This is the value of b naught. Okay, but still we don't have the value of d. So firstly find out the value of d. यहाँ पे d का वैल्यू क्या होगा ये हमें डिटरमाइन करना पड़ेगा. To determine the value of d, again see this triangle. This is A, B, C. Assume that this point is D. So we need to take the triangle ABD. Triangle ABD. Here this is 90, this is 60, and this is the centroid O. Centroid O here we consider. This distance is equal to D. Okay, and we find out the value of AD from this equation, AD from this triangle. So to find out the value of AD from this triangle, we consider sin 60. Sin 60 is equal to opposite divided by hypotenuse, and opposite side is AD and hypotenuse is AB, and the value of AB is, we consider it is A. For simplicity consider this value is A, so it is AD upon A, sin 60. Therefore AD is equal to A sin 60. And now the value of sin 60 is root 3 by 2. So this is AD. Now to determine the OD, or you can consider D, this D is equal to, it is 1/3 of AD. It is 1/3 of AD because this distance is equal to 1/3, because we can divide this distance in 3 equal parts, and therefore this distance is equal to AD upon 3, and AD is A root 3 by 2 divided by 3, so that the value of D that we will get here, it is A root 3 then 3 multiply 2, A root 3 divided by 3 into 2, so that it is A upon 2 root 3. This is D, because root 3 by 3 is equal to 1 upon root 3. So in this way we can find out the value of d. Now put this value of d in the above equation to determine the magnetic field at the centroid. So magnetic field at the centroid is 3 times mu naught I upon 4 pi value of d a upon 2 root 3, and here the value is root 3. Root 3 mu naught I upon 4 pi a. This denominator of denominator will be moved in numerator. So you write this like this, and it is 3 mu naught I upon 4 pi a. So root 3, this is 3 into 2, 6. And finally the answer is 3 into this mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 raised to minus 7, I is equal to 1, 6, and value of A is the length. It is given by 4.5 multiply 10 raised to minus 7, it is 10 raised to minus 2. So the answer is 6 3 18, 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 4.5, and the final value that we are getting here, it is 4 into 10 raised to minus 5 Weber per meter square, and this is the answer. So this is the answer of given example. Let's see the another example that can be solved by Biot-Savart law. Here another example: very long thin strip of metal width B carry current I along its length. Find the magnitude of magnetic field in the plane of strip at the distance A from the edge nearest to the point. तो यहाँ पे एग्जाम्पल में एक आपको थिन स्ट्रिप मेटल का दिया हुआ है जिसकी विड्थ B है, एंड ये I जितना करंट कैरी कर रहा है along its length, मतलब all the length the current carrying by this metal strip, it is I current. Find the magnitude of magnetic field. हमें यहाँ पे मैग्नेटिक फील्ड डिटरमाइन करना है एट द प्लेन ऑफ स्ट्रिप एट डिस्टेंस A फ्रॉम द एज नियरेस्ट टू द पॉइंट. तो कुछ इस तरीके से हम यहाँ पे एज्यूम कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज द मेटालिक स्ट्रिप. ये एक मेटालिक स्ट्रिप है, ऐसा हम कंसिडर कर लेते हैं. And the width of this metallic strip, it is B. क्योंकि यहाँ पे B आपको width दिया हुआ है. It carry some current, so current I current is carrying, and from the nearest edge, for example ये point के पास हमें find करना है magnetic field. So this is the nearest edge होगा ये, और यहाँ से हमें ये डिस्टेंस पे डिटरमाइन करना है मैग्नेटिक फील्ड एट पॉइंट ए. टू फाइंड आउट द मैग्नेटिक फील्ड ड्यू टू दिस वेरी लॉन्ग थिन स्ट्रिप, वी हैव टू कंसीडर दैट दिस थिन स्ट्रिप इज कंसिस्ट ऑफ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पैरेलल एलिमेंट्स. So we consider the parallel element here. So one element we consider, and we assume that it consists of very large numbers of elements, and the width of this element that consider ds. So this is the one of the element, and the point, assume this point is at distance x from this element. So we determine the magnetic field produced by this element, and then after we integrate it from A to B, because this end is A up to this distance, this adds A and this adds B. So from A to B we integrate the value. Assuming strip to be made of large number of elements parallel to the length. So one of the element we consider, it has a width dx and it is at distance x from the point P. Now magnetic field produced by this current element, it is given by Biot-Savart law, or you can take the equation of magnetic field produced by the conductor, current carrying conductor. Magnetic field due to small strip dx, it is dB mu naught upon 4 pi 2 I dash upon x. X is the distance of point P from the small strip, and I dash is the current carrying by the strip. Total current carrying by the conductor is I, but strip will carry some different value of current, and that we can consider I dash. तो यहाँ पे I dash का वैल्यू हमें फाइंड करना पड़ेगा, तो हम कुछ इस तरीके से फाइंड कर सकते हैं. Width B carry the current of I, so width dx will carry the current I dash, and that I dash is equal to I dx upon B. Clear? B width में I current है, तो dx width में कितना current होगा I dash, and I dash is I dx upon B. Put this value in this equation, ये equation में value put कर देंगे. So magnetic field dB is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi to value of I dash is I upon B dx divided by x. Okay, now you can take common terms, 2 mu naught I, then 4 pi B, these are some common values, 1 upon x dx, these values are changed. Now by integrating this equation, we find out the total magnetic field produced by this metallic strip, and take the integration from A to B. 2 mu naught I upon 4 pi B, 1 upon x dx. You can see that this value is common, constant value. So take it common, mu naught I upon 4 pi B, and then integration A to B 1 upon x dx. The integration of 1 upon x is ln x. So 2 mu naught I upon 4 pi B we can take the integration of this value. It is ln x and the limit is a to b. So after putting the limit 4 pi b, it is ln b minus ln a. इस तरीके से हम लिख सकते हैं. अब ln इज द logarithm फंक्शन एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू द रूल्स ऑफ logarithm यहाँ पे सब्ट्रैक्शन है तो इसको हम डिवीजन फॉर्म में लिख सकते हैं. एंड देयरफॉर इट इज न्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 पाई 2i upon b and ln b upon a. So we can write this equation like this. इस तरीके से ये इक्वेशन हम लिख सकते हैं. Here the limit that we have to take some different value. There is some mistake in the limit. Let's see what is the limit here. Firstly, if you see the nearest end from the point P, this end, from this end, it is at distance a from this point. P से कितने distance पे? a distance, मतलब first हमारा limit होगा a. Then after ये जो another end है वो P से कितने distance पे होगा, तो ये extra हमें b ऐड करना पड़ेगा. मतलब ये दूसरा point क्या हो गया आपका a plus b. So our limit is a to a plus b होना चाहिए. So the limit must be a to a plus b, and that's why we have to change the limit here. Here the limit must be considered a to a plus b. So just add the limit here. Let's take the limit a plus b is a plus b, and this point is a plus b, so that the answer is ln a plus b minus ln e. Therefore it is ln a plus b upon a. And so final answer is mu naught upon 4 pi 2i upon b ln, if you separate this, 1 plus b upon a. This is the equation of magnetic field produced by the string. So this is the answer.